Welcome back to the second half of the Friday afternoon music mix. I've got two great blues artists, Joel Astley from Seattle and Johnny Burgin from Norfolk, Virginia. Both of them will be playing tomorrow night, Saturday, November the 12th, at Conway Muse at 8 o'clock p.m. Johnny's been on my show once before, but this is the first time for Joel, and welcome to both of you to the Friday afternoon music mix.
Gregory, thanks so much. Great to be back.
It's a pleasure to have you guys on here. I am real excited. Both of you have got some music that I want to play today from an album that Johnny has and some advanced singles that Joel has. But let's talk a little bit. Johnny, since I know you and we've had an interview about 3 years ago, I guess. I know you're originally from Mississippi and live in Norfolk, Virginia now. You originally spent quite a few years in Chicago, didn't you?
Sure did. That's where I went to school, and that's where I went to blues school. 28 years. I liked my classes, so I kept re-enrolling.
That's great. Well, I know you've been with some of the best. One of the first that you started with was Tail Dragger and became part of that band, recorded with just about everybody. A who's list is on your website, which, by the way, I'll mention is at JohnnyBurgin, BURGIN.com, and also on Facebook at facebook.com/Johnny Burgin. Pinetop Perkins was one of them I saw on that list that you recorded with.
Never recorded with them, but I did a lot of shows with Pinetop when I was in my early 20s. Sometimes even Dave Myers, who played with Little Walter, was on bass. I did a lot of touring with Sam Lay, but I recorded with lots of great folks, like through the generations, like older guys, people who are older guys to younger guys. And now I'm on Joel's new record. Sticking around, man. I keep sticking around.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of me.
Hey, let's do one of your songs that I happen to like an awful lot. And it's from your live album. That particular song is called Blues Man Comes to Town.
And may I just say, this one features Charlie Musselwhite, who's a real role model to me, a real inspiration. Great harp player, and this was on Delmar Records.
I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that. Here we go.
When you've been mistreated and cast aside, sometimes you feel like you up and died. I'll ease your mind and pick you up off the ground. You're gonna be alright when the blues man comes to town. When I do my work, I have perfect control, and I won't stop till I satisfy your soul. I'll ease your mind and pick you up off the ground. You're gonna be alright when the blues man comes to town. when the lights go out and it's time to go. You'll be at peace as I ride down the road. It may be a while, but I'll be back again. And when I do, I'm going to take you to be my friend. I'll ease your mind and pick you up off the ground. You're gonna be alright when your blues man comes to town. Charlie Musselwhite.
Terrific song. Thank you so much for suggesting that one. It's great. Let me talk a little bit, Joel here. Joel's from Seattle, lives there now. You've got some new singles that just came out. We want to talk about that, as well as the fact that you both will be playing at Conway Muse tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock p.m. I was really glad that that venue reopened. It was such a loss before COVID with that.
Yeah.
And this is great to have. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just such a unique venue. It's a beautiful, beautiful room, beautiful stage. Actually, multiple stages. But the Hayloft Ballroom is where we're going to be playing.
That's what I read in a 1915 Norwegian barn. I understand.
And it's been completely redone.
I'm really excited about that venue, and I'm so glad you guys are both going to be there. Joel, in addition to these new singles, I know you've got a little art business that you do on the side too. I wanted to talk to you because I saw one of them that you did, at least one and maybe more, is of an album cover of another artist. Tell me a little bit about that, please.
So, yeah, let me go back and say that before I was a musician, I was a visual artist. When I got into music, I kind of moved completely all in to music. And there was no hours left in the day. I kind of let art slide away. It just never went away. It was just always, there knocking on the door. Like, it's time. Get back to it. Get back into it. Right before pandemic, actually, I got back into it. We were scheduled to play Harmonica Showcase, me, Mark Dufresne, and a guy from Chicago, Spencer Jarrett. So I decided to paint all over a suit. And I showed up and they said, "What are you supposed to be?" And I said, "Well, I'm a sketchbook." I was head to toe covered in little drawings. I had a black suit just covered. Black shirt underneath, covered, black tie, drawings all over, all in white paint. And it really got the juices flowing again. And so I started drawing every day, started painting again. I started posting pictures, and that was where I got the first album cover. Kike Gomez is a friend of ours from Madrid, Spain. We met in Chicago a few years back.
Kike introduced us.
That's right. Yeah, at Bob Stroger's house.
So anyway,
so So Key Case, I dig your art. Would you be interested in designing an album cover for this thing that's coming up? It's me and little Charlie Beatty, Kid Anderson, Alex Peterson. Yes, absolutely. I'd be honored. So I did that, and that's getting released really soon. There's some advanced copies floating around. I have a couple. There's a couple at the Greaseland party a few months ago. Anyway, so that was the first one. And then I picked up another one. There was a Canadian artist who's named Sunday Wild, who found out about me through Harp Dog Brown. May he rest in peace. He's a sweet guy. He connected me and Sunday. The reason he knew about my art was because I had begun a weekly broadcast on Facebook Live during the pandemic. I was out of my gigs. I was missing my fan base, my friends, and to stay connected, I started doing this live show from the art studio. No tip jar, just a place to come and be together and connect. And the chat room was always...
And watch the painting being made.
Yeah.
He was painting the whole time going, oh, hey, Joe, thanks for dropping in. You know, I'm just putting this grasshopper over here. And
oh, looks like Harp Dog Brown's in the room again.
Yeah, and at the end of the show, we kind of had a painting.
Yeah,
right?
I had a painting, or sometimes not. You know, sometimes just have a half dozen drawings, or, you know, I take requests. Somebody said, oh, do a penguin playing a violin. I want a giraffe. So I just draw whatever people are putting in the comments. Landed a couple more album covers that way. And it's just kind of been dancing gracefully with music ever since.
Can I say one thing real quick? Your bubble suit is quite famous. I think that you put some gasoline in the fire.
Oh,
of your,
yeah.
Your
You
art.
should send me a picture of that. I'd like to have that.
Okay.
Joel.
The bubble suit
I'll,
is amazing.
I'll send you a couple of the suits. So that Halloween suit kind of opened the door to all these other suits that I started doing. So I've got about 6 or 7 suits. Right when pandemic let up a little bit and we started doing shows again, I did one with viruses all over it.
Oh my gosh.
It was really cool. And then this last Halloween, I did one with skulls all over it. So I'll send you a couple. You can put it on the website.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. By the way, Sunday was on my show during the pandemic, promoting that, you know, some of the music that was on that album with Harp Dog Brown. I had no idea you had designed that album cover.
Yeah,
That's
it was
amazing.
really fun to work with Sunday on that. She had some really great ideas. Yeah, we worked together and came
She's
up
a
with really
hoot.
nice concept. She's
Absolutely.
amazing. She's
She's
a wonderful
a hoot.
songwriter. She's just a fount, you know, just keeps coming out with just tons of great material year after year. And her voice is just beautiful. It's like part Billie Holiday, part Janice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when she talks, she's got that Northern Ontario accent, you know, that is just typical
Sorry.
of the Canadian. Yeah. Oh, it's great. Let's do a single that you've got coming out or is already out. I guess this particular one is called Candy Shop.
My baby got a sweet tooth, always at the candy store. Yeah, my baby got a sweet tooth, always at the candy store. Well, when she gets a taste, all she wants is more. She's gone to the candy shop. She's gone to the candy shop. Every day she's at the candy shop, and at night it's the candy shop. Well, my baby got a sweet tooth, all she wants is more. Look out now. Well, I sent her to the corner store to buy some milk, to get a dozen eggs and to settle the bill. And when she got home, she had a handful of change. Pocket full of wrappers, now ain't that a shame? My baby got a sweet tooth, all she wants is more. She can always find her down at the candy store. Come on, Johnny, make it sweet. Well, my baby got a sweet tooth. Well, my baby got a sweet tooth. gets a taste, all she wants is more. Let me give you some sweet. Sugar daddy, oh, you know it's true. But I can't pay the rent and my bills are due. You know we owe money all over town. Well, my baby, she can put it down. My baby got a sweet tooth, all she wants is more. Yeah, you can always find her down at the candy store. Well, my baby got a sweet tooth. 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 Well, when she gets a taste, all she wants is more. Well, it's lollipop and cookies, and it's cherry pie and chocolate, it's soda pop and candy, and it's bubble gum and ice cream. Well, my baby got a sweet tooth, all she wants is.
Terrific song. Thank you so much. I want to talk a little bit about what's next. You guys have got some shows coming up. And let me point out again that my special guests today are Johnny Burgin, blues guitarist, singer-songwriter, and Joel Astley, who's a harmonica player, artist. And they are touring together for a few shows here right now. They will be at Conway Muse in Conway, Washington, right close to Mount Vernon here, at 8 o'clock p.m. on Saturday night, the 12th. And then from there on to Blues Vespers at Tacoma from 5 to 7 p.m. on Sunday. And then on the 17th, you'll be at the Blues Review at the Skokie Theater in the Chicago area at 7:30 p.m. Johnny, one of the songs that you and I like an awful lot, and I think it's from your latest album. Tell me a little bit about that. We're going to play that coming up here next, and that's Old School Player.
Okay, well, it's a really neat record that it came off of called No Border Blues Japan. It's the first American compilation of the underground Japanese blues scene. So the whole concept of that record was to showcase all these great players in Japan, because I'd been going there and the music was just so good. It was such a good feeling. My partner Stephanie said, "You got to make a record with these guys." So we did. This guy named Yoshi, forget his last name, played this killer guitar on that song. And I just wanted to sort of feature everybody. It came out really nice. I just wrote that song in the back of an envelope. I was chit-chatting with Stephanie, and we were talking about Johnny Rawls. And I'm like, yeah, he's an old school player, you know. And then, bing, that's a song. You know, I just wrote on the back of an envelope. Shakespeare it ain't, but, you know, it's a really good blues song.
It is a great blues song. The entire album is fantastic. Was that all recorded in Japan?
Yeah, except for one song. We needed one more song. We did that in Chicago with Minoru Maruyama, who is a longtime friend of mine who's played with Billy Branch for a long time, played with Johnny B. Moore, who's one of the better guitarists out of the West Side in Chicago for a long time. There's a whole little community of Japanese blues players in Chicago. So it was kind of cool to put something from Chicago in there too.
That's great.
But there was in Osaka, and people came from all over, and we met at Osaka. I mean, it's not just the Osaka scene. There's a separate scene in Tokyo. Then there were some people from Kobe, Kyoto. I tried to just represent some of the different towns, but we did it all in Osaka in one day.
Let's play Old School Player. How's that sound?
All right. Thanks.
I'm an old school player. They know my name up and down the line. I'm an old school player. They know my name up and down the line. Been doing it a long time, and I'll bring you peace of mind. Guaranteed. Old school player. peace of mind. An experienced man is what you need. Whoa. Take my time and do it right. I'm an old school player. I take my time and do it right. I'm gonna give you a peace of mind. Hey. Morning, noon, and night.
Terrific. Let's get back to you now, Joel. I know that you've got a brand new single that's coming out, a Christmas song, actually, on the harmonica. And by the way, I think Johnny's on that song with you as well, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's called Naughty List.
Naughty
I
List.
like that. Tell me a little bit about that. Are you going to have any more Christmas songs coming out?
Are you on the
or are they
naughty
gonna
list,
be-
Joel?
Well, the whole song is about how am I going to get off the naughty list? You know, that's my Christmas wish is to
Got to get out of Sam's doghouse.
Yeah, trying to get out of the doghouse. You know, it's kind of a playful tune. It's straight ahead blues. Do a little harmonica solo, and got Kid Anderson on there, June Core, Johnny Burgin, Randy Bermudez. These are all just monster players. I was so happy to be able to work with these guys.
Another Charlie Musselwhite connection. June Core and Randy are they've been in Charlie's band for the last several years. And they're some of the best guys in the Bay.
What they brought is just, I had a great time working with them.
We nailed it all together.
Charlie's got a new album that came out. I've been playing some cuts from that as well. This is terrific, you guys. Let's point out again that my special guests today are Johnny Burgin, guitar, blues player, singer, songwriter extraordinaire, and Joel Astley, who's a harmonica player and what I can see, a darn good artist too as well. And they are both going to be playing tomorrow night, the 12th, Saturday, at Conway Muse in Conway, Washington. That show will be in, I think, what's that called? The Hayloft Theater up there? Yeah. In that beautiful old barn there at 8 o'clock p.m. And then on to Tacoma on Sunday at Blues Vespers from 5 to 7 p.m. And then later in the month at Blues Review at Skokie Theater on the 17th at 7:30 p.m.
Just a quick little drive over there.
Yeah.
No, it is a blues review. So I'm doing a set. set. I'll be backing up everybody on guitar. Joel will be featured. Marie Martins is a Swedish slide guitar player. She's playing bass, and she'll be featured on guitar and vocals. And we have Ben Levin from Cincinnati, 23 years old, just nominated for a BMA. His career is kind of in overdrive right now. Real promising young guy out of Cincinnati. It's going to be a really unique show.
That sounds great.
Thanks for mentioning that on this one. I know this is kind of a Washington State thing, but shout out to all the Chicagoland people out there. Right.
We have a lot of people streaming, especially in Illinois, so maybe they can get up there. That's a beautiful old theater up there, too, in Skokie. So let's do Naughty List, which is Joel's new Christmas song. Thanks again, Joel and Johnny. Have a great show tomorrow night.
I don't know if I should tell you, but here it is, Christmas Eve, and we've been round and round, and you know I don't believe, you know, I've never heard a sleigh bell, and I've never seen an elf, and nothing will convince me, except seeing the fat man himself. I got a feeling I ain't on the good list. I've been pretty bad this year. Old Saint Nick gave me the cold shoulder, so I've got no cheer. I'm hoping he'll come around. Baby, that's my Christmas wish. For old Santa Claus to take me off that naughty list. Every year about this time, you get all sentimental, hanging Christmas lights and humming Christmas instrumentals. But I'm a little nervous about my karmic debt, 'cause I ain't really ready to change my evil ways quite yet. I got a feeling I ain't on the good list. I've been pretty bad this year. Old Saint Nick gave me the cold shoulder, so I've got no cheer. Well, I'm hoping he'll come around. Baby, that's my Christmas wish. For old Santa Claus to take me off